Wild carp especially take longer to introduce a boilie to because they don't recognize it as a food source. It's just, you know, showing a Mennonite a lobster. He's probably, you know, how many times has he had a lobster in his life, right? It's just something that throws them off. Moved out here to Western Manitoba about 5 years ago. I started fishing walleye in a famous lake for large walleye. And I had a little bit of background in fishing walleye and pike, and came across all these spots with carp, and it intrigued me on why nobody fished for them. So that's basically when I picked up carping and looked into information and dove onto the World Wide Web and found out everything I could about carp. Well, prepping bait is, there can be a lot of time involved. There's ways of shortening it up. I go a little bit of the complex route, and I take the time and the patience and the days ahead of time preparing bait. Bait it's crucial. You want to know that there's enough bait out there to hold fish in your area and for you to come back and catch all day long. We're just going to be boiling this for maybe a minute or two, maybe even 3 minutes, just until they float. We're just putting the skin on them, basically, hardening the boilies up so you could use them as a hook bait or put them on the hair rig. There's short sessions where you can use a can or two of corn and do fine. You can catch a dozen fish in a day. It's great. When you're selecting out larger fish, you want to get them conditioned. So prepping your bait is by far number one. Having high quality bait that a fish is going to come back and seek out time and time again is crucial. The challenge of fly fishing for carp is it brings you to a vast variety of places, unique places, places you wouldn't normally go unless you're searching for fish to sight fish. On that same side, you can take bait and apply the same tactics you would as you were if you were to fly fish. Bait fishing has its perks and its downfalls. You want to get into a lot of numbers, you often use a lot of bait. There's a lot more time and prep involved, as where fly fishing you can pick up a rod, a few flies and go and catch yourself a multitude of carp if you can find them. And that's the thing, it brings me to places I would never ever think of going, and I enjoy that, and the thrill is just endless. That's how doing it in the weeds. Yeah, you got to chase them down, give them drag, and they'll pull hooks, and it'll get inside of their face. That was a legit catch, first fish of the day. Rocking. Found a fly that works. This is a handy little nymph. That's all he's eating. It's such a diverse sport. You can go at them in so many different ways. It's so many different baits apply to carp fishing. It's endless. You can try something new every time you fish for them and try to figure out what the big fish like to eat. If you're after big fish or you're just after numbers, you can do either or. It's the diversity of what carp is, to me, draws me back time and time again. Oh yeah. It's giving me some really good head shakes. She's skirting right now, so I can't really feel the real solid weight of the fish. I'm gonna try to get her closer to me before she goes me around this point. Good fish. That's another 20-pounder. Clean her up nice for a photo. Oh, girl. You keep her wet. We'll probably be displaying her other side. People ask me who my girlfriend is, and I say the lake. So it makes a lot of sense. Since we have her in a cradle, take her right to the water and release her. She's already standing upright, so she's ready to, yeah. Thanks, girl. It's taken me a few years to kind of approach the angle of how do I promote carp fishing without forcing it upon people, because it's not going to work that way. You cannot force a species that's looked as trash as a sport fish. It won't just flip as a coin. So the way I take carp fishing is self-promoting, is promote yourself, put the fish out there, put the pictures out there, show people it's anybody can do it. Anybody's capable of doing this, and enjoying big, large fish on the fly rod or a spinning rod.
I came out to visit Ryan this weekend to learn about carp fishing and pretty much everything there is to know about carp, since Ryan knows pretty much everything there is to know about carp.
Yeah, I'm watching it. Nice.
Tactics paid off, buddy.
Yeah.
Big fish of the day.
The biggest one ever.
This is what carping is about, guys. Pushy push.
34.85.
34.85 for his first carp out of Lake of the Prairies. I still see myself sitting on the bank fishing carp in 20 years. The enjoyment I get out of other people seeing the experience and myself, there's always a bigger, better fish. There's so many unique fish that it surprises you every time you go out. It might be a fish this big, but it's just a stunning looking fish. It draws me back every time. There's something about it. I'll do this till the day I die.